Hey everybody, welcome back to Kharak Cup number 8. We're going to finally finish off round 1 as we now have the final replay for it. It's going to be between Sparrow, playing in the Galzian, and KissLand, playing as the Conef. Never seen this guy before. I doubt this is his first time playing DOK. You wouldn't really do that in a tournament. But then, like, I've never seen him before on the Discord, so it's very much, like, basically what I'm saying is I'm sure he has some level of experience, but I don't know how much... and I do definitely know how much experience Sparrow has. I gotta say, I think the game's probably going to go in this guy's favor, but we'll have to see. Now, this is a Sparrow game, so I'm going to tell you, there's going to be a 2 production cruiser rush, like, almost guaranteed. And we can look at Sparrow's build here, if you like. He puts down a scanner and salvages the base burner. Is it no, it's called retiring, isn't it? Whatever. 2 salvagers come out immediately, and all 6 of them onto CUs. So clearly a very CU-heavy build. He doesn't do any quick drops. He could do that to speed things up just a little bit, but that's not really necessary. So 2 salvagers straight into a production cruiser, and then more salvagers coming out on that side there. Very, very exposed, it's true, but he's going to get that second production cruiser out, and usually at that point he's going to start doing some shenanigans. Sometimes doing a double skimmer rush, sometimes doing rails, assault ships. I don't know. There's a lot of options. That's kind of part of the strength of the this build here. KissLand's moving out pretty early with a production cruiser. That, I've got to say, feels quite dangerous to me. For Sparrow, I mean, is what I'm trying to say. Because you know that when you do like a double production cruiser push here, you're very vulnerable in the early game. You know, you don't have anything back at home to defend. I've beaten Sparrow before. Doing that, but you really have to pull it off perfectly, or else once the assault ship, like once the 2 production cruiser rush hits, you're gonna be done for. And looking at things now, actually, there are 2 blast drones here. That's pretty spicy, but I don't see anything else that KissLand is gonna be able to use to really push off this attack here. Oh no! Don't detonate here! No, no. What can mere men do in the... Okay, yeah, never mind. That's not good. Because those blast drones there represented like a potential economy wipe. They represented, you know, potential army wipe. They're gone now. Really for nothing. I don't really think that this production cruiser is going to get killed here. The power in this build, you got to realize, comes from the fact that his production is twice as much as his opponent here. Still big potential for a blast drone hit, but he's not going to move this one at all, so it's just going to get killed off. No, it's going to get out of there, but... it'd be difficult to really use that too much. Armor 1 coming out on the sand skimmers for KissLand. That's a good move, I think. Because you are, you know, going to need something to respond here. But what you need to prioritize in this scenario, probably railguns, but at least some manner of a tech unit. Because that's what your opponent is going to throw at you right here. Blast drones definitely throw this into question a little bit, but I mean, I haven't been too impressed by his use of them so far, I'll put it that way. This time he is targeting a unit that's further away, that's good. But he's just kind of running down here. You're not going to be able to get salvager kills with only 1 blast drone. So this is going to get taken out as well. Didn't manage to make to land at all. Going for railgun fabrication is Sparrow. This is where the build really starts to get big. And ideally he would like to be over here, but he's fine to be over here because he still knows he's going to win the production war eventually. He's making 2 at a time, you're only making 1. Barring some kind of nasty blast drone hit, which is still possible, but barring that, I really don't think there's any way Sparrow could lose a fight like this, even if you do have armor 1. And once those railguns start hitting the field, you're going to be in some serious trouble. Sparrow's micro also generally, you know, very much on point. So, not like point shoes, but like good. And so, you know, that's going to be problems. And Sparrow respecting this blast drone quite a lot, because he knows what could happen if a double blast drone hit comes down. And there's going to be 1. And Sparrow's going to give some respect to it because he knows another blast drone could be on the way, and indeed it is. Uh-oh, Sparrow. You watching, buddy? Ooh, these guys are on very low health. That could be pretty big. Oh, gosh. Ugh. Ugh. Alright, now that changes things quite a lot. That gives, you know, some hope for KissLand here. But he still is going to have to play quite nicely. These 2 guys can be pulled onto the CUs over there. That's definitely the right move. And then the first base can be replenished pretty much immediately. So KissLand definitely still needs some kind of a response to this, but I still see no sign of that. What's his resources like? Is he saving up to it? Yeah, he probably is saving up to railguns here, but that needed to be on the field like 10 minutes ago. Or, well, that's obviously not true. The game hasn't even been 10 minutes long, but... I mean, hey, if you can get railguns out immediately against Sparrow, that's good. But yeah, you're not going to hold this with just sand skimmers, especially not off of one PC, and so this is going to be really, really rough, I believe. Once again, like I said, even with Armor 1, I mean, he outproduces you. That's the real problem here. And I think... No, that's just a salvager, yeah. If that was a production cruiser, that's not a bad move for this, but I still think he would fall behind. But I think those are just salvagers anyway. One salvager, by the way, speaking of which, going to get picked off right over there. And it's now that Sparrow's build really starts to take shape here, but look, wow, look at that. He's kept these two guys on CU's long distance, even though he knows he wants railguns. Sparrow's ways are not my ways. I'm sure he knows what he's doing. That's really quite curious. Anyhow, one heavy railgun is out, and that is going to start dackering down this carry. Dackering? That's not really the right word. It's a low fire railgun. It does not dacker. It hoons, right? Yes. Gonna start hooning in on his opponent's carrier here. Undoubtedly, Sparrow will begin making more heavy railguns once he's got the RUs for it. And he plans to just finish the game off right here, and I think he can, to be honest. Probably doesn't want to move his sand skimmer so close in, but... What are they shooting at? Invisible salvager. Alright, that's pretty cool. I think they just killed it. Not gonna lie, that makes the game a lot more exciting. KissLand now going for assault ship fabrication and making assault railguns. That's not, yeah, heavies is the right choice, but they're gonna get picked off by heavies, of course, because there are more on Sparrow's side. And more is better in this case. Sparrow, meanwhile, he could even go for refinery mode, and I think that's what I would do, but he's Sparrow. He's not gonna do that. If you don't know Sparrow's style, like, literally, when he's playing Galzian, he's just like, I'm going to rush you, and one of us is gonna lose before the rush is finished. You know what I mean? Like, he will not back down. He just never will. In fact, he doesn't even care, man. He's just gonna run in there with the sand skimmers to pick off this railgun, despite the fact that actually caused him to lose one. It's probably not a good move. He don't care. An assault ship fabrication not going to do too much for KissLand here. Another production cruiser costs the same number of CUs, and that would have been the better choice, but... it does not look good already. Carrier about half health. This can't go on for too much longer. Sparrow's still missaturated, I'd like to point out. And he's got no CU problems, so I'd reassign these two guys to RU's long distance, except for one of them should go and do, you know, pick up that slack there, but he must just not notice that. Or maybe he just doesn't care, to be honest. Because, I mean, I feel like he is pretty much, he's pretty much there already, you know what I mean? Line of sight getting denied for a brief moment here, which is very nice, obviously. No power and repairs on the carrier, which is a little rough. Watch as I flip through carriers very quickly. Not sure if you could hear that noise, that was my keyboard. Power Reserve 1 now coming out for KissLand. Yeah, Sparrow, man, he just needs railguns and he can basically finish this, I believe, but he's playing very passively. Allows an assault ship to come out from his opponent here. Cruise missiles are also ready, mind you. Railguns hitting home once again now. Amazingly, they're missing, is what they're really doing. But yeah, each one doing about 400 damage, you know, do the math. It's not going to take too long now. Sandskimmer's just going for an all-or-nothing mission against those railguns, but they see that that's not going to work. They start backing away. Railguns, meanwhile, able to get one shot off on the assault ship. But look at the number of skimmers here, and this is what Sparrow does. You know what I mean? He just has so many sand skimmers here. There's no way you're ever gonna contest this. Galzian healing's about like 30 per tick here, and the railguns do a lot more damage than that. One power healing's not really gonna out DPS anything except for like assault ships or whatever. You know, I often thought, like, in my early times of playing the game, like, railguns do so much upfront damage, like, they don't hit sand skimmers often, but when there's enough of them, they should, right? And wouldn't that kill them in one hit? But I realized, no, it really doesn't. I mean, sand skimmers have, like, 600 health, and the railgun only does, you know, 400 damage. It's kind of interesting, like, just how ineffective they are against Strikecraft. Especially because railguns in real life are actually, like, high accuracy weapons, you know what I mean? So, it's curious. In fact, they use them to, like, shoot down missiles. Carrier getting very low now, down to about 4,000 health. That means 10 salvos of one railgun should kill this at this point. Can I do math? Or is my math bad? No, I think my math was on. I don't really know. What I'm trying to say is the game is over. KissLand's carrier will be defeated. Skadoosh. That's some typical Sparrow action right there. Nothing too surprising. If you want to hold off this double production cruiser push, first off, you got to be really good, because this is not just kind of a wonky strategy. This is like, at some point, I believe it was actually the established Galzian meta, but at any rate, it's always been very respected. This is a powerful strategy, and if you're going to hold it off, you have to respond very quickly. Railguns of your own are the right choice, but you got to make him earlier. Probably a two production cruisers is good to like hold this off, because that's kind of his big benefit, is that he has more production. And then you got to micro like a god. So I don't blame KissLand for this, especially if he hasn't seen this before. I do kind of blame him for the Blaster shenanigans over here, but that's all right. Everyone deserves forgiveness. Nicely done, Sparrow, and we'll be seeing more of him in round 2. Catch you then.